Welcome, everybody, to Pizza Industry Convos, part of the Pizza Club Network. I'm Michael Fox from Pizza Club and the Beach. Tonight, I am joined by our guest from New Haven, the one and only Colin M. Caplan of Taste of New Haven and the founder, creator of the APizza Feast. Colin, welcome back to Pizza Club. Great for you to
You,
be here.
Michael. It's so fun being back here. I was telling you, it feels like I'm back home at the club.
Welcome home. You're always
Thank
welcome
you.
here. I love having you here. With all the shows, actually, we've been following what you've been doing and talking about it. And it's been a lot of fun to kind of see what you've been up to. I guess for those who aren't familiar with you, just a little bit, tell us who you are and what is Taste of New Haven and the Pizza Feast.
Okay, my name's Colin Caplan, and I'm a pizzaholic. So born and bred in New Haven, made it a career to basically elevate and show off my city through many means. My background's architecture. I am an author, historian, and teacher, educator. Food tours for the last 15 years, pizza tours, pasta tours, taco tours, you name it. And I run and for the last 10 years, I've been running this festival, this pizza festival called the APizza Feast. So part of my role is to help, I think, transfer information, from sources and cultural kind of ideas to a general public or a different public. And I feel like that's so inspiring to me. And the way that our paths can cross in this world is so fascinating, through pizza or education or, through anything, that we all have so much more in common. Pizza is just a great medium, that I'm obviously obsessed with. So, yeah, I do a lot with around pizza. It turns out, 14 years. It's been basically a pizza journey.
So, yeah, I've been following what you've been doing in the news. It's been a lot of fun to kind of see all the coverage you've been getting for the Connecticut pizza scene and what's been happening. I know it all started back when you got them to read a proclamation, I guess, on the floor in the House, about Connecticut being the pizza capital of the United States, which became a much controversial topic of conversation. But from there, you've kind of taken it a lot further. So we last left off when you were, I guess, probably getting the signs up in Connecticut on the highways. So to pick us up from there and what's been going on, because there's been a lot of news just going on
Yeah,
over the last year.
yeah. Like, we're from a small state here. Connecticut, a lot of people in other parts of this country don't even know where Connecticut is. They don't even know it's a state. I've met people who are like, what, where, what? And so New Haven, once you say Yale, it's, then they know. But we're getting to be known for our pizza. And I think part of that is just getting loud and doing things that might be a little bit off the cuff. I've been trying to make food for 5 years, and that's been a uphill battle. So then the next step was to try to make sure that everyone knew we were the pizza capital. New Haven is the pizza capital. And that's, Oro helped put this on the national level, and we got loud last May, in 2024. So elevating that to like everybody kind of jumping on board. A lot of the people who do marketing and even like, the local pizza enthusiasts have really felt this. They felt like, oh my God, falling. Now it's my turn. And so everybody's got their little part. They all want a slice of the pie. And I think that's what it's meant to give people meaning. But so, it goes a little far too, because you can put like a wall, like a billboard that says welcome to the home of the pizza capital, which they did 5 and I-84 from New York. Then they decided, the people in the state said, let's just go into New York and put billboards up by your favorite pizzeria. And so it was definitely, ballsy and an eye awakening. And people were like, oh my God, what's happening? What's going on with Connecticut? And I think is meant to draw people to here, to pay attention to us and to say, let's go try their pizza. Let's try what they're saying is so good. And it's been on the internet. Dave Portnoy loves it. Scott Wiener loves it. Ed Levine loves it. Uh, Jane and Robert Stern loves it. The food critics have been loving it for years, and now everyone's kind of catching up because everything is kind of metastasized into one giant, argument back and forth in our world. I think pizza is one of these things, kind of like sports and politics. It's getting loud. It's getting a little risk too. But I'm here to
Yeah,
settle the nerves a little bit.
yeah. I mean, I saw. I love what they're trying to do with Connecticut's, I guess, marketing group or team. It feels a little bit like they're trolling New York, which is great in the sense that it's getting a lot of press pickup for Connecticut, which is interesting. It's a fun way to get some attention. So I guess if it's working, it's working. What has been the response and the feedback to all the kind of going after the New Yorkers, and posting billboards outside their pizzerias? And I saw it on the subway, Colin. I mean, it's everywhere. So
Yeah.
what's been the push? What's been the reaction from New Yorkers? Because I'm sure that's partially what you're hoping for.
I mean, they put this campaign out, I think, to get people to react, and they put a call line in so you call up and swear at them, and I guess they have been. New Yorkers have just been like cussing out the machine. But my experience going to the city to do like a man on the street was more positive. It was like, wait, what? Connecticut, New Haven, there's good pizza there, and they a lot of people all over the world because Manhattan. We were on Spring Street right by Lombardi's, and there's people from all over the world walking around, and it's just cool because a lot of them are not New Yorkers, but they're like don't know about New Haven. They just say, "Oh, isn't New York the center of pizza?" And we're like, "Well, it's great. New York has great pizza, but there's also this other place. You should, you know, more informative, people are friendly." We even brought Sally's Up Eats to try like cold slices just in case. What ended up happening, Scott Wiener met us down there to keep the peace, I think. And the owner of Lombardi's, if you know him, who he is, he was sitting in a little like lawn chair on the corner of the sidewalk where everybody walks, just sitting there with somebody else, like staring at us. And we were looking at him like, I think that guy wants to hurt us. Like we were actually like, we don't, he's looking at us weird, we felt really like this is not good. Well, we ended up getting invited to go over there, and he turned out to be the owner of Lombardi's, and he was like, come on, let's get some pizza." And he fed us. He wouldn't take our money. He gave us, water and whatever we wanted, beer, wine. He was very, very gracious. He brought us in where they make the pizza. Scott and I lamented that because I'm a pizza lover. It doesn't matter where I am. If it's good pizza, it's good pizza, even though, I but we lamented the loss of the coal oven there. And it turns out that electric ovens can do this similar. But anyway, it was one of these things that led to an education. It was positive. It was more connecting. And I like that. I like that when you actually do talk to people, people will listen to you and they may, they'll take what you say and roll with it. It's not negative.
Absolutely. And I think there's a sense of pride for people with their pizza and where it's from, especially New Yorkers and Connecticut folk alike, that it's just a sense of pride. But I think we can also come together about pizza too, because pizza is still great, no matter, and you can have your favorite and you grew up on it and that's your thing, but like you can still appreciate different forms of pizza. And I think especially the people in the pizza industry understand that like there are many different styles of pizza. I mean, we talked to a lot of folks in the pizza biz here, and you know, there's some places that are operating there doing multiple styles of pizza in the same restaurant, and it's just that it's a different way to do business than just one style only.
Yeah.
Something to
I
think about.
mean, it's amazing. So I agree. And I think the fact is as a historian, as somebody who studies the pizza history, see more commonality with New Haven pizza connecting with New York, even New Jersey, old Massachusetts, Boston pizza, that area, the older Italian communities. There's so much more connection to that. And that to me then brings us back to the old country, to Italy, where pizza came from. And I love the movement of food and people and culture because migration is and immigration is a huge part of the subject. It's not just about food. It's about how did it get here? Why did it get here? Why is it popular? Why is it such an accepted food? And we can answer that. I mean, we're like, oh, it's just so good, but it's extremely adaptable, and it can be halal, it can be kosher, it can be vegan, it can be I don't want to say gluten free, but it can be a lot of things.
There's something for everybody. And look, the pizza has evolved since coming here, right? I mean, there's versions that these are all sort of branches off of what came here and evolved, right? With New Haven style and New York style. I mean, as a pizza historian, I'm sure you can appreciate sort of the changing styles is sort of part of the story, right?
Yeah,
Of the
I mean,
of the
think about it. Like,
evolution.
if you can go to Chicago style, the deep dish. That there's an origin story that Peter Regas has proudly found and now it's like he really nailed it to find an origin story of one of the most famous styles of pizza that nobody likes. And that's another one. The Greek style pizza is called like New England Greek style or Connecticut Greek style. Some people call it New London Greek style because it came out of New London, Connecticut. Well, we found the origin story. There's an actual origin story from the 1950s of why is there like a pan Greek style pizza that is now all over not only America, but, it's really fascinating. Food it's truly a subject to sit around a table and talk about. It's not just food. It's our culture.
Yeah, and I think the history really brings it alive. And I'm sure I'd love to talk to you more about that, but I want to come back to that because I know that we have some more to talk about the history in a bit. But before we dive deep into what you're doing in the history world, because I know you spent a lot of time, and I want to come back to that. But I want to talk about a Beats Feast, which is coming up. It's recording it this weekend, so it's an awesome festival. It's a like massive pizza festival in Connecticut, New Haven, right on the green in front of Yale. And you've got tons of vendors, and this year you've made some pretty big deal announcements, specifically with trying to make a world record. Tell us a little bit more about the what's going on this year at the festival and at the Beats Feast, and about this world record you're trying to break.
Right. So our festival is an outdoor street fest. Started out with 6 vendors 10 years ago, 6 pizza vendors and 1 beer tent, part of the New Haven Grand Prix, which is a bunch of bike races. It's called a crit, and they go around and around and around us at 40 miles an hour. So lots of action. So last year we did great. We had food eating competition and we had 40 vendors and it was awesome. We've had probably about 15 to 20,000 people there over 6 hours on a Friday evening. This year, I thought about this last year, but this year my goal was to do something because if we made New Haven the pizza capital, it's like, what's next? And I thought about how you can set records. And I think, inspired by some of the records already being set, there was a record being set in 2023 in Oklahoma with 3,357 people to create the largest pizza party in the world, according to like the metrics that Guinness World Records has, which is eating 2 slices, being in the party, staying for at least 15 minutes and never leaving. That's you like, we could do that, sure. But it's way more complicated as I found out. And it's expensive. So it takes months to plan. It takes a lot of investment and a lot of, kind of thought. And what I ended up doing was I decided that let's have a Guinness World Record attempt for the largest pizza party within our like let's create this outdoor festival, fence it all off and make that the party. And for a limited time and then make it a free event because usually our event is actually public, meaning like you can enter, you can exit. Thank you to all of our sponsors, City of New Haven, A1 Toyota. Those are like our some of the big guns. It's called the A1 Toyota, a Beats Feast. So the Guinness World Record costs a significant amount of money for a mass participation event. We wanted to beat Tulsa, the world pizza champions. God bless them. They are the reigning champion right now in a place you would never think for pizza, not in this area. But we decided that we're going to hit a threshold of 5,000 people and we could do it. And there's a reason why there's a threshold, but we can talk about that in episode 2. And so we said, let's do it for 5,000 people. We need at least 50 stewards. An adjudicator comes in from Guinness World Records, and you got to make 10,000 slices, 625 pizzas, 16 slices each, 18 in 6 ovens in 3 hours, and you got to feed the 400 at a time. And every 10 minutes, if we want to get 10,000 people, that's the math. And math, yeah, I like simple math, multiply and add and stuff like that. But it's very complicated. It requires space. So we've doubled our size, actually tripled the size of our festival. And because of this, an investment in the Guinness World Records, we've had so much attention. Like it's worked. So I think getting that attention using like a marketing pitch, hey, we're doing something big, working. And so the sponsors came through, the vendors came through, the musicians came through. We have Funk Flex, known as Funkmaster Flex. We got him to play. He said, I want to play this. We got on to 60 Minutes is coming to film us. So we're going to be on 60 Minutes, the whole thing. They want to show how do you make the world's largest pizza party? How do you do this? And I think that's a testament to what is so cool about, like, I guess the competition of this. It's not just about pizza, but it is. It's not just about, winning. It's about coming together and doing something as a community and giving the New Haven people something to root and the Connecticut people something to root for. So that's what's inspiring to me. I get asked a lot now, like, hey, what made you want to do this? And I'm here to raise my city up. The city that raised me and healed me and gave me a career in fashion and love. That's my goal, is to bring everything back to my city. That's the best goal I can do, is to kind of give it back. And so that's the essence of it. It's hard to find. A lot of people are
That
transplants, and you don't have, not every city has a pizza culture like we do either. It's pretty intense.
it's incredibly complicated too. Just to go a little bit back to the logistics, because first of all, I'm really impressed with what you're doing for your city, but to go back to like the physical logistics of doing this kind of competition. I know from talking to folks involved with previous attempts or record holders, it's really complicated, as you mentioned. What are you what's your strategy to get the pizza in front of everyone? Are these going to be hot slices? I don't know how that's even possible, but what's your sort of workflow for the getting the pizza out of the ovens into the hands? And like, it's got to be within that, was it 15-minute window, right? Is that how it works? So tell me, what's that look like logistically,
Yeah, I can explain it.
just at a
This is
high
I
level?
mean, it's the craziest thing of, like, explaining this to anybody who doesn't know.
I know.
It's been in my head. Like, it's been in here once I figured it out and read the 30 pages of the manuals and asked, 80 questions to my project, personnel and at Guinness, and like the adjudicator. And I'm like, oh my God, what have I got myself into? At one point, I honestly was that feeling of like, what the hell did I do? Like, did I just like did I just create a monster? That I'm a very visual person, so if I can't see it, if it's fuzzy, then it's like, oh God, it's stressful. But once it started to kind of physically create itself, through, mapping it out, understanding the timing, who's working with us, all these things had to fall into place, and timing is huge in this. And then how do you convince 5,000 people to do this? It's one thing, like, you and me and like everybody on Pizza Club are like, we'll do it. Like, let's go. Let's take a train. Let's go to New Haven. But so the logistics are this. There was one company that could do this for me here, and it's the original pizza truck in Connecticut, the Big Green Pizza Truck. So they
Yeah.
are the original one, started by Doug Coffin in 2021. I'm sorry, 2001, 25 years ago, and now run by a woman, Leanne Page, who's amazing. And she committed 6 of her trucks and trailer to, like, at first she said 4, then she's like, no, let's do 6. They have 9 trucks. So to have the staffing, the product, mobilization to bring 9 trucks onto an outdoor park and park them there, and with the space that I have to create fencing to have, I'm calling corrals, I'm corralling people to corral 100 people in groups, four of them every 10 minutes. That's a ton of coordination and thought. Like, how does that work? Do people want to do this? So I've got a staffing group that deals with like sporting, events. So they're going to be doing the scanning and buying a ticket's important too. I think people invest when they purchase something. So if this was like a
For sure.
giveaway,
Yeah. They have
I
to
just
be
feel like
there.
people would be like, eh. But I think if you're, and it's not that much. It was, $10 to $20 tickets for 2 slices, a bottle of water, and a drink ticket. So you can have like a Coppola wine or a local craft beer. Excuse me.
That's a great deal. Yeah.
This is not
And it
Coppola
kind
wine.
of gets you to motivation to be there. You spend money, you're committed.
You're committed. Exactly. I agree with that. And I agree with the idea that like commitment it's not just the dollar, but it's also like this is affordable and it's worth it, and we're excited. So creating the buzz was a big thing too, is getting the news, getting the mayor, because our mayor, Justin Ellerker, we've swayed him into the pizza realm. He's a New Haven lover, but he didn't, like, 5 years ago, he was like, pizza's good, but it took a little sway. Like, pizza is like helping our city. It really is a together bond. It's an industry. thousands of people work in the pizza industry here, brings in millions of dollars in tourism. Anyway, so this was the feat is that approaching Leanne and saying, "Can you do?" She had to think about how many pizzas she can get in an oven at every single, interval. They created a larger pizza. Usually they do like a 16-inch pizza. They have an 18-inch pizza. So now, because of that, she's thinking at every one of the parties that she does, she's going to do an 18-inch pizza because it's more efficient. You're getting more pizza for the square inch, and you can fit more of those pizzas in a round oven. So there's a lot of learning going on here, but 16 slices per, you can do the math. You can say, okay, if there's 7 or 8 pizzas per oven, six ovens, we got to start early. So we're going to start making pizza early. You asked, would it be old? Pizza's going to be piping hot because every single slice that's going to come out is going to be fresh out of the oven, and they're going to have pies going fresh in, and they're going to have to keep their oven on the hotter side in order to basically expedite,
Recovery
even though,
time, right?
yeah, even though New Haven, we like it a little bit, like a little lower, like under 700, because we like it crispier and we want to dry out that crust. But this is going to be a very thin crust, real spread out dough, nice and thin and crisp. I think we're not going for pizza, competition, pizza expo competition here. We're going for delicious, as fast as possible. And we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it happen, whether it's 5,000 or 4,000 or 4,500. We're gonna beat the record. I'm gonna tell you that, and it's gonna be awesome. And I'm hoping to hold the record because I heard some kids in Newark, New Jersey, are also going for the record 10 days later on September 22nd. The Boys and Girls Club of Newark are going for the largest pizza party with Papa John's. Can you believe it? At the Prudential Center.
Do you know how many pizzas they're going to try to serve? Do we have a number?
Oh, I wouldn't none because that's first off. Let's just face it. Papa John's is slop. It's fast food. It's colors put together to look like one color.
So you don't like Papa John's, is what you're saying?
It's been a while. No, honestly, I got me through college, I'll be honest. In New Orleans.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but
So
that look, yeah.
no, good.
Well, I'm just saying, like, what if they get there and they're charging zero, by the way, $0. So what if they do more people than us, and then I have to go and beat their record next year? That would be crazy. So there is something brewing here. I would look into it because I'm not sure if I don't know if they're going to win or not. All I know is you can focus on my goals. The goals that we have are awesome. We're going to achieve it. It's been like wonderful seeing it. Yale students have come through. University of Hartford have come through. They're sending 100 kids down. Yale got 1,000 tickets sold. They wanted their students. Yeah, we did a little giveaway, and they got 1,000 sophomores. So I give it up for like that camaraderie. We're at the doorstep of Yale University, and these students, um, people, I'm from the town, and we call them the town gown because they used to wear gowns mostly. But people think of Yaleys as outsiders. And I think the idea is like this actually connects us. This brings the Yale community of people from all over the world, all over the country, from different backgrounds who don't know who New Haveners are necessarily 4 years and they leave. This allows us all to connect. And I think it's beautiful that the leaders at the Yale sophomore class, they were like, they were courageous and energetic, and they saw that and they saw the response. And I said, let's do this. Let's bridge this gap.
I love it.
Only pizza can do that.
Yeah, it's sort of initiating him really into the New Haven community and that through pizza. So I love that connection. But just going back to logistics, though, you'll have to do this in a 15-minute window, right? Did I get that right?
No, so
Or
that's
is
the
that
thing. All right, so here's the thing about that. I know it's so many rules. You have to be in the party for 15 minutes if you participate. So at least 15 minutes. But the corral, the eating zone, we're telling you to eat it as fast as you can. We're basically saying get in, eat, and get out. Like, and when we say get out, we say go enjoy the festival. So the rest of our festival is part of the park fenced area. But the part where you actually have to like say I ate 2 slices and you're being watched, that happens really. So we're
got
hoping
it?
that people eat the 2 slices, go get a beer, get a wine, get a Pepsi, whatever, and then try all the other vendors because there's amazing pizza. There's a guy
That's
driving up
great.
from Florida, Nick Laudano. He runs APizza. It's a growing franchise chain of New Haven style in Florida and now
Yes,
Georgia.
I've heard of
And
it.
he used to have Nick's New Haven style in Boca Raton, and so he's selling $2 slices, and 100% of the profits goes to two different charities.
That's awesome.
So there's all these little like tidbits happening, cool little
Yeah,
moments, you know, Sally's and Pepe's. I put them across the street from each other. So
why
you have,
not?
yeah, just like down the street in New Haven, now they're going to be across the street. So I'm trying to recreate a little bit of the passion, the love, and even rivalry. You know, I got two Italian chefs. We got more reason of our sponsors, and we actually have six of their ovens showing up. One of them is Pepe's, and then we've got five showing up just that day. And we've got two Italian chefs making their version of Neapolitan. The Zanellis, so Gasimir
Yes,
Zanelli, and
yes.
also Danilo from Strega, which just got the Gambero Rosso Due Forchetti from one of the best Italian restaurants in America. Period. So he's making pizza that day. He's gonna make like I don't know 800 pizzas, Neapolitans. Oh, this is gonna be a delicious day.
It's wild. I'm excited for you, and I think you guys are gonna, hopefully, fingers crossed. I think you guys have a great plan for making this happen. So I wish you luck with the not just with the feast, but with the competition or with the Guinness record. I feel like we might be having you back to talk about that. So looking
I
forward
come
to
out
seeing
of
what happens.
hibernation. When I come out of hibernation, I'll talk
Yeah,
to you.
yeah,
I'm trying
seriously.
to find I'm trying to find that time, man. I love doing all this, and I told you why.
Yeah,
So I'm a very internal person. I like to have my research time, my creative time. There's a lot of pressure associated with doing something like this, as you
yeah,
can imagine.
yeah.
I'm on the race course right now. So I'm all adrenaline, which is great. You got me on a good week.
That's good. That's good. Well, I know you're gonna have plenty of time to do the decompressing later and go back to your
Thanks. So there's a lot of cool pizza projects that happen in town, and I think if with enough body of knowledge and interest that we do it. So between myself and the producer and director of Pizza Love Story, which was our doc that we made about New Haven pizza places, Sally's, Pepe's, and Modern, Gorman Bouchard, and Dean Falcone, along with Jason Bischoff Wursel from the New Haven Museum, we've produced a pizza exhibit called Pronounced A Beats, and it is a New Haven historical guide. As you walk around the three exhibit rooms, you will be taken into the realm of history, the realm of the people, the immigrants, the women, the powerful forces, the changes over time, redevelopment, depression, prohibition, all these things that change, and ingredients, all the things that affect, like what made pizza popular. And so we're trying to tell that story. I think this is a great way to do it is in a museum setting, but it's a very interactive museum. You can look at objects that were part of the pizza history, um, and see images firsthand. So it's kind of like reading a book, but you get to walk around the book. And I'm excited about it. It's going to be up for 2 years, starting October 9th. That's our opening night at the New Haven Museum. So please come, please check it out, and you'll see some stuff about it.
That's amazing. Congratulations. I'm super excited for that. Hopefully checking that out. Got a lot going on. You're getting ready for the feast right now. I mean, some people are probably going to watch this afterwards and they're going to be Googling whether or not you got the record, which is exciting. So we don't know yet. Anything can happen, but I think it's looking pretty good. So I'm wishing
Better
you
chance.
luck.
It's a better chance than Powerball.
There you go. Much
Yeah,
better chance of Powerball.
a
I think
much
you
better
guys
chance.
are on track. Good luck on the festival. Is there anything else I missed?
No, I think this is a time of reflection for what we want our communities to be. And I celebrate. I just want to I'm just make a general statement. I celebrate pizza as part of our American culture in a way that we can say it's me, it's part of me, it's you, but it's an immigrant story. And so it's a reminder that we should humble ourselves. All of us, every one of us should humble ourselves and think about the people who bring things here, who have to be here because of horrible things happening where they're from or strife or whatever. That's why the Italians came here. So I feel that's my mission also, is to help craft these stories. It's not just about pizza obsession or crafting the best pizza. It's also about understanding why? And I feel like if we can take that with us, those little tidbits of history, and even if it comes with a tear, an understanding of like sadness and hardship, it's important, and I feel like that is part of the pizza story. It was a poor person's food, peasant's food, that has now evolved into like the the biggest thing in the world. Like people literally sitting around reviewing it in their car. That they don't even need to. They just eat one slice. Who knows what happens to the rest of that pizza? But it's pretty amazing. All right, so for me, I may be working on another book that's breaking news.
Wow. Okay.
Yet. Yeah. There may be another book in the works. I don't, the one I wrote is called Pizza in New Haven. This one will be less dense and more picture forward. So more of a photographic essay. But I'm excited about that. And that's why this is the thing is like it could be a 2-year project. I'm not going to just rush on something like that. I love doing works like this, but I love that we can connect and anywhere we are. I think pizza, like I said, will connect us. We will travel for pizza. We make friends over
Yes.
pizza, and that's continuously happening. I don't think we need to, judge or take away anything. We said we're the pizza capital. Mayor Adams complained about it, and the borough president of Staten Island actually threatened New Haven with a pizza duel. I don't know what that is, but these are things where it's like, hey, stop being defensive. What are you worried about? Our buddy at Luigi's in Park Slope, he's like, he can't handle it. He can't handle it.
Gio's not having it, huh?
Gio's like, he has to sometimes. It's like, I don't like it. It irks him. He's just gonna be like, I don't. You're the one who did it, and I'm gonna say, I no, Gio. It's you gotta let's go. Get in my limousine. Let's go. Get in the back seat. Oh no, actually get in the front seat. I'm gonna take him to New Haven. I want him to try the real stuff. He might as well. And it's not about proving anything. It's actually just about sharing. And I'd
Yeah.
love to try his pizza. I can't wait to try it. He's got his story is in his dough. His story is in his hands. And he's making his story every time he makes a pizza. So I would be honored to eat one of his pizzas. And it wouldn't matter if it's good or bad or decent. It's just about the story. So that's my point.
I
That's
love it. Thank you for everything you do for pizza, Colin. I appreciate you, and you bring a lot to the pizza party, literally. So I'm good luck with your event. Where can people find you on social media, and what's the best way to stay connected?
it's Taste of New Haven. So you can go to tasteofnewhaven.com, just at Taste of New Haven. Love to interact with you, and you can look at all the deliciousness that we show.
Well, make sure
Yeah.
you follow Colin. And for Pizza Club, you can find us at I Need Pizza Club on Instagram. Make sure to subscribe to our channel here, like our videos. Thank you for checking out this latest episode of Pizza Industry Combos. We'll be back soon for another episode. Thank you, Colin. Appreciate your time and
Thank
for
you,
being here.
Michael.